Hey everyone, it's Barbie J. Welcome to my channel, June BLC. Hey there everybody, it's your girl Barbie J here with the recap and review of Tyler Perry's comedy drama Sisters, Season 7, Episode 16, Close to You. Now, am I missing something? Who said close to you? Usually I catch it, but I don't get it. So, y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about it. Anyway, I am so sorry this review is late. Y'all know I was on a cruise. I couldn't get any signal in all places of Alaska. Alaska is a part of the United States. Why was it so hard to get signals in Alaska? It was ridiculous. Then I was traveling all day Saturday into Sunday. Then I was at church all day Sunday. But it is Sunday night and I am doing this review. Well, now it's Monday morning. So I'm going to get this done and y'all should have it first thing in the morning. Anywho, for those of you who are new to my channel and for those of you who are returning and have yet to subscribe, please take a moment right now, hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell and select all, and it'll let you know every time I upload any new content to this channel, and it should also let you know about any lives that I'm going to do as well. Then I ask that you smash that like button, write a comment, join the conversation with us about this episode and your thoughts, and then share the video because sharing is caring. Anywho, it starts off with Danny. She's meeting Tony's ex-wife, who is now a major, I think it's in the U.S. Army, right? And they find out that she's getting reassigned, so that's why she came back, yada yada. Tony's happy that she's become a major. They started chatting about things in their past and family and stuff, and then Tiffany finds out that Danny has met her children and she's feeling some kind of way, which I ain't gonna lie, I don't blame her, because I would have been feeling some way as well. And then Tony forgot that he and Danny was supposed to be going out and he promised the kids to take them to the movies. So Danny was like, oh, she looked disappointed. So Tiffany decided, after seeing Danny's facial expression, that she would take them to the movies instead. So that was a good thing. Then we have a scene with Fatima. She calls Andy to find out where she is and let her know Hayden is walking around the office all pissed and she's getting a kick out of it and everything. But what we see Andy's doing is Andy's knocking on an apartment door, and when it opens, she sees Agent Watts there. Is it Watt or Wyatt? Whatever it is. And he says that they're meeting in that particular place to keep their key witness safe, because Andy's like, oh, why are we leaving here? What's going on? I said, I hate when they have her acting like that. She acts so scary and wimpy. Oh, what is that? Stop it. Oh. I don't like that. I don't like that scary stuff. She need to be strong. She's supposed to be this tough damn attorney. Have some oomph about you or something. I don't know. Y'all let me know what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, so they said they was trying to keep their key witness safe, and then we find out that the key witness is Penelope. So they catch Andy up on everything that's gone down and the plans that they have for catching Gary and putting him away for good. Penelope wants him to pay for killing her baby, and she wants him to bleed like she was, she said. And then Agent Watt told Andy that she couldn't tell Jordan any of this, and she feels that she can't keep this secret from him. And Penelope begs her to not tell her brother, and to hold him down. So Andy promised to do that. Let's see if she keeps her promise. I'm not sure she can. Then we have Pam. She shows up to, Sabrina's apartment to help plan Karen's baby shower. Then Maurice shows up as well, and they seem to be dressed alike with a white top and some blue jeans. And so he and Pam seem to connect over some topics, and then Pam asks him about being an ambassador for her hair product line. And he was seeing that what she's up to and what she's going through and stuff, and he seems impressed by her business, and she decides to follow him on social media and tells him to follow her back and all of that stuff. She tells him to follow her back, yeah. And then, so she leaves, and then Maurice tells Sabrina he hates that biatch and that she's too much. And Sabrina's like, I know, like, you ain't saying something like that because you too much yourself. He said, well, we can't have too much people in the same room together. I said, whatever. He's so silly. So Sabrina's now upset that Danny and Andy did not show up to help her plan the baby shower. And she said she was going to call him and go off or something like that. But she never did. And then we have Zach. He shows up to the gym and sees Aaron, and he confronts him and suggests that they squash all of their, differences so that they can co-parent and be cool for the kids. And so, Aaron's down for that. Then Zach asks, how did we both get Karen pregnant? And Aaron was like, oh man, I was waiting for somebody to say that. He said, I was wondering the same thing. And he said he had did some research and it's like 1 in 400 chance or something like that, he said. But anyway, so they sort of connected over that. And it seemed like things is going to work out. I'm glad that Zach became the bigger man and changed his ways and not being so immature at this point. So hopefully this will work with him going to his therapy and everything, which is something we don't hear them talking about much. But hopefully between that's what's helping him get on track. And Zach with, mending their ways and stuff. Anyway, then we have Pam. She gets back to the salon and Karen is complaining about her not being around at work when she says she's going to be there. And it just seems to me that all Pam had to do is say that she was planning her baby shower and that would have shut Karen's behind up. But she didn't. Anyways, Karen asked Pam how her date went with Trey. I said, and what did they talk about? And I'm like, really, Karen? Why you care what they talking about? So, Pam shared and told her, but I think she's just being nosy if you ask me. Then Trey came in and gave Pam some advice about samples, how his his barber gave him samples of some product. And he's telling Pam maybe she should give samples so people could get an idea of her product and how they can use it or how it may feel on their hair. You know what I mean? So I thought that was good. And then he left. So over at the law firm, we have Fatima and Hayden. They're talking, and he tells her that by the end of this situation, he will have Marie eaten out of the palm of his hands. And Marie happened to be right behind him, and she walks up and says to him, is that right? And he turned around shocked. And then she laid into his behind and Andy's, and then threatened to take her business to another law firm. So she leaves out stating that she'll, be at her hotel. And Hayden leaves out shortly after. And then it's just Andy and Fatima. And they briefly discuss Michael, motherhood, Sabrina, and planning Karen's baby shower. Then Andy realizes, oh, shoot, she wasn't over there. So she calls Sabrina to apologize. And while she's on the phone, someone knocks on Sabrina's door. So Sabrina hangs up from Andy and opens the door, and it's Rich with red roses. And he comes inside, hands her the roses, and immediately proceeds to kissing her. And then they end up laying on the couch kissing. And then he stops to ask Sabrina if she has stopped taking her birth control. And Sabrina's like, excuse me? And she gets off of him, and she tells him how she feels about his comment, and she says she's no longer in the mood and tells him to leave. And he's like, are you for real? She said, yeah, I am for real. And she had him leave, and she went in her bedroom and closed the door. Now we have Maurice coming home and finding Grayson baking his oxtails. And he's like, oxtails are supposed to be stewed in a crock pot and simmer. They are not to be baked. I was like, Lord Jesus. And then he also learns that Grayson has reorganized his closet. So Maurice was upset about all of this and made a comment about needing his space. And Grayson got upset and left, even though Maurice said he didn't mean it that way. He didn't mean his comment like that. Next, we have Hayden just walking into Marie's hotel room, or is that the bedroom of her hotel suite or something? Because it made no sense to me how he just walked in like that. She could have been undressed or something, but she just happened to be laying on her bed in a robe working on her laptop, and he asked, can I come in, after he opened the door. So he apologizes to her about how things went down earlier that day during that arbitration, and probably about that comment that he made. So she asked him, has he ever been married before? And he said once, for about 2 seconds. But isn't he still married? Somebody put it down in the comment section, because I was confused. I thought he was still married to Tamara, because I don't know if they got the annulment done. I can't remember. So anyway, she explains what marriage means to her, and she explains it to him, and then she tells him when people make mistakes, they should pay for them. And at this moment, she's unbuttoning his jacket and asking him what he's willing to do to make it up to her. And Hayden's kind of like smirking, and so he unties Marie's robe and it falls to the floor, and he says he thinks he could figure something out as they're both smiling at each other. I said, uh-oh, here we go with this. Now we have Karen calling Sabrina and asking how the planning is going for the baby shower, and asked her to please not to let Pam turn it into a hookah bar. And Sabrina lets her know that they got everything under control. Next, we have Fatima and Zach interviewing nannies, and they finally agree on one, and her name is Miss Rose. But some of them was like ex-convicts and stuff, and tattoos with knives on neck and all kind of crazy stuff. Anyway, talking about his parole officer told him to come. You know, that's the crazy stuff they was getting. Now we have a scene with Maurice complaining to Chris, the bartender at the Proud Bar, about Grayson. And Chris actually gave Maurice some good advice about things he needs to do or maybe consider before moving forward with this new relationship. And I thought it was great advice. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it, but I really thought it was. And then we have Danny and Tony returning back to her apartment after their date. He tells her that Tiffany is staying with their kids at his mom's house, and so he could spend the night with Danny. And she's feeling some kind of way, as if like Tiffany is trying to get back into the family. It makes her feel uncomfortable. And Tony says, look, she's the mother of his children, and they promised that they would always be cool with each other for the kids' sake or something like that, and they would stay friends. And he said she to him is only his college sweetheart, and that's all she will ever be to him. And he tells Danny that she's who he wants, and then tells her to let him show her how much he wants her. And she's reluctant for a minute, but finally gave in as Tony went downtown on her. Hey. And lastly, it ended with Jordan. Ethan is at Jordan's house, and he hands him a cup of coffee, and Jordan says he's going to really go for something stronger. He says something that will make his mind stop thinking, which is weird, but that's what he said. So they start talking about the city council job, and then about Andy, and then the next thing you know, she's calling Jordan. So Jordan steps away to talk with Andy, and then Ethan poured something into Jordan's drink. So when Jordan ended his call with Andy, and he was sounding kind of strange, and Andy told him, look, I know you're going through some stuff, but be careful with all that drinking. He said, I'm a big boy, don't worry about it, and all that stuff. So he ends the call, and Jordan takes the drink from Ethan, and they do a little toast or something like that. Then Jordan drinks it all down in one gulp and starts feeling strange. He asks Ethan for some water, saying that he think he drank too much, but Ethan doesn't move, and then Jordan falls to his knees, and then Ethan said, why don't you just lay down and rest? And the next thing you know, Jordan's on the floor, passed out. So that is how it ended, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Again, I want to apologize for giving y'all this review so late. And I promise that we'll have a live this Thursday, even though that's 4th of July. Most people will be out of work, so we will be home. So I'll try to have it at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time versus 8 p.m. So please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will see you all in the next video. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.